40年历史沧桑，但是不变的是永远的王，董王。1987年，当川普总统大概还不到40岁的时候呢，1987年接受采访的时候，他就提到了全世界都在薅美国的羊毛，那这是不公平的，这是一种耻辱。然后主持人反反复复问他，如果说你当上总统会怎么办？但是他总是回避这个问题。但是在他的心目当中，他会始终如一的坚定一个信念，有一天他会纠正这种不公平的贸易行为。10年前，当他和卢比奥在进行辩论的时候，那个时候就已经提到了 trade war。那么从这2个时间段的辩论来看，川普总统内心当中的那种信念到今天也没有变，这是他保持始终如一的品质，非常难得，很少有人能做到这样。几十年前就以那样的认识，几十年后以这样的坚持和贯彻，最后执行，命运站在了川普总统这一边。
This country, it's a shame what's happening. Japan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, everybody's taking advantage of the United States. People know that if certain people are running a country, that it won't happen. I mean, when you look at Japan not paying for the defense, we're defending Japan. We're losing billions and billions of dollars. We're fighting for AIDS help and for farmers and for this and that. And it's a shame. And the Japanese folks, who I respect greatly, but they're not treating us fairly. They're really not treating us fairly. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, they're not paying us anything for the services we're rendering, and I think it's a disgrace. And I think people look at certain people, and maybe me, if I were in a position, this country, believe me, would not be ripped off like it is, and it is just being ripped off so badly by our so-called allies.
Yeah. So that's a pretty strong statement. So now, are you saying?
I don't think it's strong. I think it's fair. And by the way, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese. I do a lot of business with the Japanese, and they smile about it too. They know it. The country is losing billions and billions of dollars to Japan, and we can't afford to lose. And it's a shame.
But so now, are you saying this by way of indicating that you could do it better, and you do intend to run for president at some point?
No, I'm not going to run for president, but I think somebody.
Now, in 8 years, if you came back, would you have a different answer? In 4 years,
I tend to doubt it. I really tend to doubt it. But I just think that there's so many ways that this country can straighten itself out, and we're not going about those ways.
Hired workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right now. Look it up. Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
Wrong. You know, it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different.
Right.
That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator
anybody.
Cruz.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second.
So cute. Such a cute soundbite.
But no, it's not a soundbite. It's a fact. Yeah, again, go online and Google it. Donald Trump, Polish workers. You'll see it. The second thing about the trade war, I don't understand, because your ties and the clothes you make is made in Mexico and in China. So you're going to be starting a trade war against your own ties and your own suits. All right.
You know what? Because
why don't you make
they
them in America?
Their currencies.
No.
They devalue their currencies.
Well, then make them in America.
That makes it well, you don't know anything about business. You lose on
make
everything
them in America.
You don't know anything about it because you're a lousy
Well, I don't know
businessman.
anything about bankrupting 4 companies.
No,
You bankrupted 4 companies.
You know what?
I don't know anything about
you know what?
starting a university. That was a fake university.
First of all,
a fake university.
That's called.
There are people that borrowed $36,000 to go to
Mr.
Trump University, and they're suing him now. $36,000 to go to a university.
By the way,
that's a fake school.
And by the way,
and you know what they got? They got to take a picture with a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump.
And by the way,
that's what they got for the $36,000.
I want to move
and
on.
they actually did a very good job. But I've won most. that buys a house for $179,000. He sells it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000, and then legislation is passed. You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have.
Here's the guy that inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
That is so wrong. We'll work on that. I took $1 million and I turned it into $10 billion. I borrowed $1 million.
Then release the tax return so he can see how much money he makes.
I borrowed $1 million. I turned it into $10